Both God and Satan are interested in your mind, what you store up there, what you choose to remember. That's why in Isaiah 43 verse 18 it says, remember not the former things. Do not put them in mind. Do not consider them. Do not ponder over them over a long period of time. He says, let them go. That is in Deuteronomy 43. God is instructing you on the things to let go. Does that mean that God wants you to be forgetful? No. The thing here is, what is it that God wants you to remember? And what is it that he wants you to forget? Because if you look at Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 18, he says something that seems contradictory to Isaiah. In Deuteronomy he says, you shall not be afraid of them, but you shall remember what the Lord your God did to Pharaoh and to all of Egypt. So in Isaiah he says, remember not the former things. In Deuteronomy 7:18 he says, do not be afraid of them, the enemies, but you shall remember what the Lord your God did to Pharaoh and Egypt. So God does not want you to remember the experiences that will keep you bound. He does not want you to remember the experiences that are going to cause you not to move forward. Because if there's something that God is interested in, is you making progress in life. God is a God who loves seeing fruit. He wants you to be fruitful. He wants you to live in the place of abundance. He wants you to abound. But he knows if you stick to the past, if you stick to former things, whether good or bad, they can be a cage imprisoning you and making you live in yesterday. But God is the God of the present and the God of the future. So when it comes to remembering the past, what God wants you to remember is his faithfulness. So when anything that brings fear, if anything can cause fear to you, then God says to you, remember what I did to Pharaoh. Remember what I did to your enemies. Remember what I did to that challenge. Remember my faithfulness. God has been faithful to me. God has been faithful to you, and he doesn't want you to forget his faithfulness. What he wants you to forget are those experiences that brought you pain, those experiences that are going to hinder him from causing you to move forward. That's what God says. Forget that one. Delete. Control Alt Delete. Yeah, Control Alt Delete. Remove that from your memory. Focus on what God is doing now and what God will do in the future. And if you have to go back to the past, remember the testimonies, what God did for you. Remember his faithfulness.